Hello and welcome to Mr. Wiley Teaches Math. Today we're talking about fractions and their relationships to decimals. Let's start with a little bit of review of place names. And let's start with this 9 and 625 thousandths. So we have the whole number, which for us we're just going to leave even though it's in the ones. We have our decimal, which we say is and. The 6 is in the tenths spot. The 2 is in the hundredths. And the 5 is in the thousandths. So we could write this as 9 and 625 thousandths. We took the last digit, the 5, and we said whatever place value it's in the thousandths. So let's put it over 1,000. 9 and 625 thousandths. And that's going to be very helpful for us today. Any number like this first set that we can go and we can find a tenth, a hundredth, a thousandth, a 10,000th. It's going to make our life a whole lot easier. So we're going to use our equivalent fractions. And I know very quickly that 5 goes to 10, goes into 10 evenly. 5 times 2, so 3 times 2 is 6 tenths. So I have 6 in the tenth spot. So I have no whole numbers, and I have 6 tenths. Right. 1/2, well, I know 1/2 is going to be the same as 5 tenths. So I have 0 whole numbers and 5 in the tenth spot. 3/4. Well, 3/4 I know doesn't go into 10, but does go into 100. If I multiply by 25, so 3 times 25 is 75. So I have 75 hundredths, and the last digit, the 5, has to be in the hundredths spot. Sometimes it doesn't work out very nicely. 6 does not go evenly into 10 or 100. So let's do a different method here. Let's think of this as a division question. How many times does 6 go into 1? And put a decimal. I'm going to have some zeros. Won't go very far. Maybe just go to the tenths or the hundredths. And I know there's no whole number, so there's no surprise when I say it's 0 decimal something. 6 goes into 1. No, it doesn't. 6 goes into, think of this as a 10. 6 goes into 10 once. When I subtract, I have 4 left over. Bring down my 0. 6 goes into 40. 6 times 6 is 36. 4 left over. Bring down my 0. 6 times 6 again, 36, and that's just going to continue. So I end up with 0 and 1 decimal. If I want to round, well, let's do the bar notation first. 1.6, and the 6 repeats. Or if I wanted to round, I could say that it's approximately 0.17. This is a more exact answer, a better answer. Same thing is going to happen with 7. It's not going to go in very evenly, so I have to think to myself, how many times does 7 go into 1? There's no whole numbers, so no surprise that 7 doesn't go into 1. 7 does go into 10, leaves me with 3 left over. 7 times 4 is 28, leaves me with 2 left over. 7 times 2 is 14, 6 left over, and I could round that and say this is approximately 0.14. Though I could keep going and keep bringing down zeros for a while longer. Going the other direction, taking a decimal and turning it into a fraction, well, if I say this, 2 tenths, there we go. There's 2 in the tenth spots. I have 2 over 10, 2 tenths. 75 hundredths, 75 over 100, and I have to reduce this to 3/4. So this one I say I have 1 and 625 thousandths. So I would change this and say I have 1 and 625 thousandths, which is not in lowest terms. Each of these divide by 25. So 25 times 25 is 625, and 25 times 40 is 1,000, so I end up with 1 and 25 over 40, which still isn't lowest terms because I can reduce it, divide by 5, so I end up with 1 and 5/8, which is in lowest terms. If we have bar notation in the original decimal, it's really saying this is 0.333333 forever. It just continues on and on and on. It never ends. If we have bar notation, we have 3. We're going to take that and make it our numerator. The length of the period, how many numbers actually repeat, is 1. So I'm going to put over 1, 9. Which reduces, these both divide by 3s to 1/3. So 1/3. Okay, 0.92, and that repeats. So in other words, it's saying 0.9292929292 forever. So I'm going to look at this and say I'm going to take 99 over 92, 92. The number of digits that repeat is 2, so I'm going to put over 2 9s and get 92 over 99. This one I've got a whole number, so I'm just going to bring it out before the fraction. So 9 and, okay. And I'm going to take my decimal, 84725, that's the number that repeats, so I'm going to put over that many 9s. That'll give me my answer, usually in lowest terms. So fractions and decimals, be sure to be thinking about tenths, hundred thousandths, 10,000ths, and keeping the whole numbers separate. Be sure to check the class website for additional notes and assignments.